So here we go with another matchup in the first round of the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. And well, before we introduce today's beers, let's have a look at the table. So here's the table, here's the last quarter of the table now. Soon we'll be able to see the table, the full table. I'm going to show the full table after we've done this first round. But this is the last quarter, and if you remember from last time, we managed to find the Tegernsee Hell in booths, so that was able to fight against the Krombacher Pils. They were both amazing beers, really good beers, but there had to be a winner, and the winner was the Tegernsee Hell, which was a really good Hell's beer. Really impressed with it. And what can I say? It will be joined. I think I said in the last one that it was going to be joined by the Eyinger Hell, which is not right because that's in the other bit of the table. I was all over the place with that. But it will be joined by one of these two beers. Before I introduce the two beers though, we're still looking at the table because at the bottom you can see, I think it's the last matchup, we've got the Fru Kolsch. Now, I've been reliably informed that Kolsch is not a lager, it's in fact an ale, even though it's quite lagerish in the taste and stuff. And I was wondering whether to keep it in anyway, to see how it would do, and I'm thinking, you know what, no, there are other lagers out there that I could put in the table instead, so we'll take out that. It's the only Kolsch in the competition. We're not going to have a Kolsch in the competition, they're all going to be all lagers, so that will be replaced by another beer. I'm not sure 100% which one it will be yet. I'm thinking there's the ABK Adel in booths, which is a very nice beer, I think, which could end up going in there. But there's a couple of others. There's another Hawkstone one available in Spa, so I'm not sure 100% yet what's going to replace that. But that will be the last substitution in this first round. Everything else should be good to go. Anyway, today, let's have a look at what we have got. We have got the Hawkstone Lager. That was available in Spa and is also available in Waitrose. I think Waitrose is about 4 bottles for $8.50. I think it's about $2.70 a bottle in Spa, so it's not cheap for a small bottle. Those of you who know, it's Jeremy Clarkson's lager from the Diddley Squat Farm. And what can I say? It's a premium lager. It's certainly a lager that's at a higher price point. It is available now in supermarkets, so it's in the competition. And that is up against the Bowland brewery, the Bowland Pilsner. So it's apparently effortlessly smooth. It's 4.6% and advertises itself as a Bavarian lager. So there we go. It's the Bowland brewery. It's got may contain oats and rye, so it might have a nice creamy flavour. We'll have to see, won't we? And it's expertly crafted and effortlessly smooth. Its sweetness balanced with a light bitterness, delicately hopped, clear and light. It's the epitome of a thirst-quenching Pilsner lager. It sounds amazing, but will it live up to the expectation? This one, does it say much about it? It doesn't say anything about it here, really. It just says it's best served when chilled. Yeah, and it just has the ingredients and stuff. This one is... Oh, we've got an ABV on it. I think, oh, there we go. It is 4.8% ABV. This one is 4.6% ABV. I have waffled far too long. Let's get these into glasses and get the taste test going. Okay, beer's poured. So let's have a look at these two bad boys. So they are, they've both got a lovely sort of fluffy, creamy head there. They've both got very similar heads. Before we go any further, let's just tell you which one's which. So this is which one is which. Okay, that's which one was which. So, let's have a look at these. So, looking at the colour first of all, they are a similar colour. In fact, they're in fact, they're both exactly the same colour. So they're both exactly the same colour. I think they're fairly clear. There's a bit of chill haze on the glass, but they're not particularly hazy beers, either of them. It's not absolutely clear, that one. That one I think is clearer, a bit clearer than that one. But neither of them could be considered hazy. They've both got lovely fluffy, creamy heads on them, really. But they do look almost identical. So in the looks department, they are almost identical. I'm going to start going in for a nose. So I'm going to start nosing this one and see what this one smells like. So that's lemony. Quite sharp lemon. Quite floral, fragrant, lemony. Smells very nice, that one. Almost smells like the kind of, well, like the UK Pilsners that I've had so far smelt like, but as both of these are UK Pilsners, it doesn't really tell you much. Or is the Hawkstone supposed to be a Pilsner? I don't know, actually, but it smells like a UK brewed Pilsner, this one. A little bit of biscuitiness in the background there. Smells really clean. It smells really nice. It smells crafty. It smells great. Let's have a go on this one and see how this one smells like. Oh, that's very different. That's a bit syrupier. Got a bit of cherry in there, a bit of that cherry Bakewell, kind of almond kind of smell in there that I got from the Bangla. Not sure I'm 100% if I'm a big fan of that. Don't know though, possibly a little bit citrus as well, a little bit of orange in there as well. It's a much more fruity aroma, this one. It's got a softer aroma, this one. Got a crisper, more refreshing aroma. I'm preferring the aroma on this one than this one. But again, it's not just about the aroma, it's about the taste as well. So I'm going to have a taste on this one and I'm going to see what it tastes like. Cheers. Soft, mellow, not a lot of flavour. Bit of that cherry Bakewell on arrival. Flat at the end. There's nothing, not really much aftertaste. I'll have another go. It's quite flat in the flavour department. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Perfectly pleasant. Not a lot going on. I forgot my water to refresh my palate, but hopefully that won't matter too much. I have to remember it for the higher rounds, won't I? But yeah, that's there's a little bit of savoury aftertaste, I suppose, which is not bad. A little bit of bitterness at the end there, but other than that, it's a bit unremarkable, to be honest. Let's see if this one's any better. Cheers. So more bitterness than that one. Punchier on arrival. On arrival you get some floral flavours. Again, still quite light in flavour, this one, but there is a bitterness there. There is a bit of a lemoniness and a little bit of floralness in the bite there, and it has got a finish. It's got an aftertaste, and quite a lemony, grassy aftertaste as well. It's a very, very refreshing, drinkable beer. This. Yeah, it's alright, that one. That's nice that I could drink that in the sun all day long. This one, not so much. I'll give him a bit more of a chance, because at the moment it's slam dunk for this one. This has got very little going on. This has got something going on. Neither of them are a patch on the two that I did in the last matchup, so it'll be interesting to see how it go head to head, how the winner goes on head to head. But it's weird. It's got a soft sweetness that I associate with those kind of lagers that pretend to be a little bit premium, but they're not really that good. It's not got much going on. There's a bit of sweetness there. There is a bit of that cherry Bakewell flavour, which is something I never really got from lagers before. But when I tasted it in the Bangla, it really did taste of it. This has got a bit of it as well. I don't know what that is. It might be something else. If anyone tries this, whatever it is, then tell me. Do you taste cherry Bakewell as well? And something a bit synthetic as well about that flavour, which I'm not a massive fan of. This one, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's a little bit of syrup, a little bit of lemon, teeny bit of malt, but it is more Pilsnery. It's more bitterness forward. It's not massively bitter, but it is pleasant. I've come to my conclusion. This one is miles better than this one. I've had Hawkstone before. I don't remember it tasting like this one. I remember it tasting like this one. Definitely, there's that kind of fresh lemon taste there, with a bit of floralness, which I remember from the Hawkstone. I could be wrong. So I'm thinking this is the Hawkstone. Thinking this is the other one. If this is the other one, then it's very poor for something that pretends to be a Pilsner. And certainly for how it was described, nah, not good. Of the sort of UK brewed kind of Pilsners that I've had so far, this is the worst. Some of the others were really nice. Some of the ones that I've gone through, really nice. Went through on the merits. This is not. This is alright. Yeah, it's crisp, it's refreshing, it's lemony. I've had better, but it's good. So there you go. This one's going through. I think this is the Hawkstone, but let's find out, and then we can come back. Okay, well, I'm getting better at this, finding out which one's which. Yeah, this was this one. The Bowland. Wow. No, not for me, that. Again, there might be people who think it's nice. There might be people who like it. I've had the Westmorlander beers. I've had, what was it, the Rudgate Pilsner and some others. They were really nice. This is just not. It's really not. It tastes very similar to that Bangler, which was not impressing at all. Don't know what they're going for with this, but it's certainly not a Pilsner. You get this. Excuse me. Just have me tea. You get this, expecting a Pilsner, you'll be severely disappointed. This is as far away removed from a Pilsner as you can get. This. It is soft. It's soft. It's sweet. It's just not what you want. This is much more Pilsnery, even though I know that Hawkstone do a Pils, and this is not it. This is just their standard lager. I'm interested. I think I've tried the Hawkstone Pils, and I thought it was alright. But that's got far more Pilsnery vibes. I mean, you know, Pilsners generally are more bitter than this. But it's got more Pilsner vibes than it has kind of Helles vibes or Marzen vibes or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice crisp lager. It's decent. Is it worth the money it costs? I don't know. Possibly not. I mean, $2.70 for a 330ml bottle is pretty high price point, really. There's far better beers for a cheaper price, but it's a decent beer. It's a nice beer if you can afford it, or if you want to spend that kind of money on a beer like that, you won't be disappointed. It's a good beer. This one is not. It's really not. I'm not drinking that again. It's I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly passable, to be honest. It just has got a bit of that cherry Bakewell in the flavour. It's nice and smooth. I mean, maybe I didn't up the positives enough, just because this was a country mile better than this one. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's all right, but it's never seen a Pilsner. And it's a little bit too smooth, a bit too sweet, and a bit too lacking for my tastes, basically. But I would say try. I wouldn't steer anybody away from it. It's certainly not a sing pour. I'm going to finish this tonight. I'm going to enjoy it. It's all right. But it's not a patch on this. This is way better. This is the Hawkstone lager, and it's good. It's a good lager. It's not outstanding, but it is a good lager. It's not knocking me socks off, but I have had it before and I have enjoyed it before. Really nice, nicey cold in the garden, straight from the bottle. Really good. Yeah, what can I say? Hawkstone lager is through to the next round, where it's going to be up against the one that got through from the last. That's going to be up against the Tegernsee. Hell, that'd be an interesting comparison. That it really will. But yeah, there you go. That's it. Hawkstone's through. Rudgate's out. No, it's not Rudgate. It's Bowland. Bowland's out. Ha! Until next time, have a good one.